The following disciplinary core ideas that will be covered in this experiment are PS2.A, forces in motion. Each force acts on one particular object and has both strength and a direction. An object at rest typically has multiple forces acting on it, but they add to give zero net force on the object. Forces that do not sum to zero can cause changes in the object's speed or direction of motion. Qualitative and conceptual but not quantitative addition of forces are used at this level. PS2B, types of interactions. Objects in contact exert forces on each other.
The following are the science and engineering practices that we will use in this experiment. It is planning and carrying out investigations to answer questions or test solutions to problems in 3 to 5, builds on K to 2 experiences and progresses to include investigations that control variables and provide evidence to support explanations or design solutions. Plan and conduct an investigation collaboratively to produce data to serve as the basis for evidence, using fair tests in which variables are controlled and the number of traits considered, or trials considered.
And lastly, the cross-cutting concepts are cause and effect. Cause and effect relationships are routinely identified.
So our experiment is the pendulum painting experiment, and we will use the following, which is just paint bottles, just brown piece of paper, and the students will be constructing their own pendulum with string and just any cup. And they will make holes on the sides and a hole on the bottom for the paint to come out. So right here, we are just going to have the students putting a little bit of paint in the cup, and then after this, we are going to add a little bit of water to dissolve the paint, and then the students will be able to have the chance to just swing the pendulum around, and by adding force, when they push it, it gets to make a certain motion, and then that motion is what creates the painting on their paper. The students here will just keep adding a color to the cup and just continue with their pendulum painting. So as you can see, when you spin the cup a certain way or with a certain force, sometimes it'll go in a circular motion, and that's kind of what we want students to see as they're doing their painting. So for this experiment, students will be working in groups of at least 4 or 5, and they will be using a minimum of 3 paint colors. And they will first create their own pendulum, and then after that, they will be exerting a certain amount of force, and then that is what is going to keep their pendulum in motion, and that is what is going to create their painting on the paper. And then their end result will be something like this, but they will all have different designs depending on how much force they use.